Hello, disc golf friends. Are you in the market for a PDGA championship level approved disc golf target or basket? Well, good news, so was I. I took a look at some of my favorites right now. Started with the Discraft Chainstar Pro, the most recent version of it with the 3 rings of chains. I also took a look at the DGA Mach 10 or Mach X, which I think is also a great catching basket, though the lack of focus band bothers me a little bit. Those retail at $429 for the Chainstar Pro and $499 for the DGA Mach 10, and that is without shipping, which can be a little bit expensive, and taxes. So I took a look around, and there is one other one that seems to be in stock, is in a variety of eye-popping colors, and retails for only $309, and it is the Prodigy T1 Professional Disc Golf Target. Took a look at why this one is in stock most places and is only 3/5 of the price of some of its competitors. And I found out that the Prodigies are a little bit controversial online. Paul McBeth even spoke about this in one of his recent videos. Let's take a quick look.
Feeling dangerous.
Oh! What is that?
That's a Prodigy T1.
Great stuff from Paul, and a full link to Paul's video down in the doobly-doo. So what he was talking about was the Prodigy T1s, the version before the T2. That one had a reputation for not catching much on the sides, spitting stuff out, and the chains were heavy so that if you had a dead-on putt, it could even push right back out at you. This is the T1, though, and not the T2. I did see a guy on YouTube by the name of Beyer who did a semi-scientific comparison of many disc golf baskets, including the Innova, the Discraft Chainstar, the T2, and the Mach 10. And he put the T2 only number 2 in comparison to the Mach 10, and that was over a course of hundreds of putts to see how many didn't go in that should go in. So, things look pretty good. I also took a look at some tournaments that play on T2 baskets, including one in WACO, and things look pretty good there too. So I pulled the trigger, bought one, wanted to check out how it was. One thing I do want to note to you, I bought this with my own money. This is not sponsored. I was not compensated in any way. So what you're going to hear is the truth. Let's take a look. So here we are. It came shipped in 2 boxes. The smaller box contains the portable base and the lower pole. Here's the portable base. One thing to note is that unlike on pictures on the website, it is not powder coated the same color as the basket. It is just the steel that you see here. And then the bigger box has the basket and the main pole and the chain assembly you can see here, all packaged fairly well, pretty efficiently. Here it is fully assembled. It looks really nice. You can see a couple small marks on the powder coating from tooling when it was assembled or shipping that are nicked, but overall I think it looks pretty great. Unlike some other baskets that are 12 and 12, you can see me counting off here. This one has 16 chains on the outer ring. That helps the things from not blowing through the side. And then on the inner chain, you've got 8 rings here. So you've got 16, 8, and the 8 on the inside are the strike zone, and it has these horizontal chains that are strung across the whole thing, and then these stainless steel rings that link it all together. One thing that's interesting to note is that the inner chain assembly here, if you follow it down, it is actually on the lower collar. And then the outer chains are on the higher collar. This is similar to what you see in some older DGA baskets. Let's see how it catches. Okay, here's some I'm trying to put pretty much dead center, showing that nothing is spitting right back out due to the chains being too heavy like the T1s supposedly do, and nothing is blowing through that strike zone. It's all catching really well for dead-on putts, just like you would expect championship level basket to do. Now here's some I intentionally threw off center. There's a great catch, snagged the outer chain, hit the basket and went in. Couple ringing around here. Overall, it was catching very well on the sides and I wasn't seeing any unexpected spit outs or things that I expected to go in that were coming back out. It was catching really well. Now this is the closest we get to bad catches. Now this is me throwing pretty hard on the amateur side there, and I really don't expect these to go in, but they were not going in. Here's one that maybe on a good day on a Chainstar Pro might go in, but this one spit out, as did the following. All pretty standard, in my opinion. One thing to note, it did seem to chew up my putters pretty quickly or mark them up a little bit. Not huge gouges. I think the discoloration that you see on the edges also might be from the fresh galvanized steel on the chains, but not too bad. Well, I'm back with a wardrobe change. I hope you like taking a look at the T2 close-up and seeing how it putts. So, what is my verdict? Well, I kind of love it. Overall, I feel like it catches great. I'm not experiencing anything that gave players hesitation about the previous T1 generation of the basket. At just about 3/5 the price of some of the competitors, like the Mach 10, and more than $100 less than the Chainstar Pro, I think it's a great value at the championship basket level. Two of my local courses have a hodgepodge of baskets, including some older DGA models that have become a little bit long in the tooth, and I would be thrilled, ecstatic, overjoyed if they replaced everything with Prodigy T2s. That would be a huge upgrade. It seems to be a quality built basket. It catches great, and it's all at a super competitive price point for that tier of target. I did read one short review on Reddit that I found that said that the main poles themselves are galvanized and then cut, versus being cut into pieces and then galvanized, so the edges where the cuts are could be susceptible to rust in the future. I plan to leave mine outside primarily in my backyard, so we'll see how that holds up long term, but overall I think it's super promising. That's it for me. The T2 is great, and I wouldn't hesitate to pick one up if I was in the market for a top tier basket, which I was, and you shouldn't hesitate if you're thinking about it either.